Let's call this one My Mother Wound. Let me start with a question. Is it possible that our parents stayed in toxic family dynamics because they didn't have set boundaries or conflict resolution skills? Now are we becoming the generation choosing estrangement to heal the wounds they couldn't? I didn't want to accept this at first, but when you really look at our culture, you see it. Because when a mother has no support, not from her husband, not from his people, not from her own family, everyone knows she's the easiest one to target. And her children grow up watching it. The disrespect, the dismissing, the emotional neglect. And she will hear on repeat, "That's just how them stay. Be the bigger person. Don't answer back. Don't take it too personal. They're like that with everybody." And being the youngest woman, the mother of the smallest children, the one trying to hold everything together, all the emotional weight drops on her shoulders. But here's the part nobody likes to talk about. Many of us grew up around cruel grandparents, spiteful, bad-mind aunties, toxic in-laws, people who behaved outrageously. But why didn't we ever cut them off? Because we value family so much. But did we value family? We were told to keep the peace. But whose peace were we really keeping? Because it sure wasn't ours. What we didn't realise back then was this. We were teaching our children that unconditional love meant unconditional tolerance for disrespect. We were teaching them that mothers must swallow pain in the name of family. But elders must be respected no matter how harmful. And here's the truth that stings the deepest. We taught our children how to treat us by the behaviour we allowed from others. Read that again. If your kids see you being disrespected by siblings, cousins, in-laws, grandparents, and you keep the peace to keep the family together, they grow up absorbing a message you never intended to teach. If they can treat mum like that, then disrespect must be normal. And then you add Caribbean culture into the mix. Respect your elders. Don't mash up the family. Don't shame the surname. Mind your manners. Don't answer back. We didn't just inherit trauma. We inherited emotional immaturity. We inherited apology avoidance. We inherited silence as communication. We inherited conflict being swept under the rug. We inherited the idea that boundaries are disrespectful. But take a look at the statistics for the generations after us. They grew up with therapy, mental health language, attachment style education, emotional vocabulary. And they're not playing that game. They're not peacekeeping. They're not swallowing hurt to protect other people's comfort. They're not repeating generational cycles out of duty. They're choosing mental health over family image. They're choosing peace over pretending. They're choosing distance over dysfunction. We may call it disrespect, but sometimes they're just healing. And that brings me to my dearest mother. Believe me when I say, this is not blame. This is my truth wrapped in love. My mum didn't start life as an anxious attachment. From stories I've heard, she was confident, warm, steady. But years of emotional distance from a dismissive partner and no understanding of attachment wounds, she became the peacekeeper. The, "Don't worry, just leave it, Mel." The, "Don't let them get to you." The, "Leave it to God, He will fix it." Mum became the woman who swallowed her feelings because she had no family here, no mum to back her, no aunties to seek advice, no sisters to run to. It was just her and her 7 children with their constant arguments. But with no real experience of conflict resolution, Mum did what many Caribbean mothers did. She endured, she prayed, she stayed quiet, she survived instead of living. In her silence, Mum taught me endurance, the kind that looks noble from the outside, but slowly empties you from within. She taught me love, the kind that gives everything and receives very little back. She taught me family, the kind you stand up for, even when it never stands up for you. So yes, this is my mother wound. Not a wound created by my mother, but a wound passed down to her, and then passed down to me, through survival, silence, disrespect, and generational emotional immaturity. And maybe, just maybe, if she had support, if she had emotional tools, if she had set boundaries, if she felt free to confront instead of endure, maybe the dynamics in our generation would look different too. Maybe estrangement wouldn't be the new language for so many families today, including mine. I'm Mel, and this is From Pain into Purpose.